Hey there, this is Susan Bach. Welcome to another edition of Fabulous Feature Friday. I'm so excited about the guest we have today, Miss Bethany Sunny. Bethany, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here today.
I just have to smile when I say your name. I just love that name.
Thank you. I like it too.
Bethany is a speaker, author, and marketing coach with over 25 years of business experience. She shows motivated entrepreneurs, speakers, coaches, and experts how to become more visible so they can easily attract more clients, make more money, and grow their business fast. Who doesn't want that? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's rich with with inspiration and motivation. So Bethany, welcome. I'm delighted that we were able to organize this so that we could share your wisdom, expertise, and uniqueness with our Facebook group, because the information that you have to share today, I know, is so valuable and so essential for all of the members of our group, and I would venture to say for most entrepreneurs. So first of all, have to ask this question. In your intro, you described yourself as a visual marketing strategist. So what is that? I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Probably not. Visibility is a term that comes and goes, but I think most of us know that it has to do with being seen. And so what I do is, from a marketing point of view, help people be visible to their ideal clients. So that's the visibility part, the marketing part. And then the strategist is that I work with people to come up with specific plans that work for them. Because everybody's so unique and different. And that's why I chose strategist, because it's very unique and specific to people's needs.
Visual marketing strategist. Perfect. You kind of answered my next question, but I would ask it. I'm going to ask it anyway.
Okay.
Because I would like you to elaborate on it. Is there a cookie cutter system for becoming visible?
Good question. I'm going to say yes and no. So in marketing, there's some very cookie cutter things that you have to do. If you don't communicate with clients or have a lead generation type process, you're simply not going to make it. You have to be able to make money, and you have to be able to spend a lot less money than you make so that you can have profit. So in some of those respects, it is a cookie cutter process. But when you jump into today's technology, that's where it begins to be more customized. And it can be customized through training programs where it's not necessarily one-on-one. Sometimes they're online training programs, because by going through and identifying your uniqueness, then there becomes kind of a almost cookie cutter type opportunity.
So what I'm hearing from that is that there are some very specific uniform activities that need to take place across the board, regardless of your industry or of your business. And the other component is that there's a formula, but it is tailored to your specific personality, your skills, and most importantly, perhaps, your niche or your target audience.
Right.
Okay, good. So I got that.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
Oftentimes when I'm working with clients, Bethany, one of the questions they ask me is, do they need to be present on every single social media platform, of which now I think we're up to 6 or 7.
Too many.
I just cringe, because my answer to that question is no. But I would love to hear your opinion. Do we need to be on every single platform?
That is an awesome question, and I too am asked that an awful lot. The answer is absolutely not.
Yes. Yay. Thank you. But let's explain why, please.
Yes, absolutely. Um, each of those social media platforms, so by platforms I mean like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, so forth, I call it a platform. Each of those platforms brings in a particular audience. And you don't need to be on a social media platform that does not attract your audience. You're just wasting your time. So in that respect, the first thing is absolutely not. You'll go crazy. Your ideal audience might even be on, let's say, 4 platforms. That's unusual, but let's say 4 platforms. You can even narrow it down more based on your goals. What are you trying to accomplish? Now, the end goal is always to get more clients. But in marketing, you have tools that you use and a buying cycle that you go through.
Right.
And so you can look at those platforms and decide what fits your goal and your buying cycle. As we know, because the social media platforms are more relational, they're not that in-your-face direct sale kind of thing. It needs to be, we used to refer to it as a softer sale. Now there's lots of different terms that basically means the same thing.
Right.
You hate to go and buy a new car because you can't stand dealing with the car salesman, right?
Right.
So it's the same thing, and you stick out like a sore thumb on social media if you try to do it. So by having a goal, you're able to identify which social media platforms will provide you the best avenue for marketing.
So the platforms that will give you the most visibility with your ideal client implies that you need to know which platform your ideal client is hanging out on. So where are they, so that you can show up where they already are. So that's the first part, I guess, is really knowing your ideal client well enough to be able to know what platform they're using, be it
Absolutely.
YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. And there's so many changes happening now within Facebook. Oh my gosh, it seems like every day we turn around, there's something new that or different, or something's disappeared that we used to have. So it's just so difficult to keep up with all of them. Do you consider YouTube one of the social media platforms?
Yes.
You do? Okay, good.
I would also go one step further that I kind of tie into that, just because of the explosion of popularity right now, is podcasting. Now, it's not actually a platform, because there's, that we would refer to like we normally would refer to YouTube, but it also has a huge reach. It's the percentage of growth is extremely higher than even YouTube, Facebook, anything.
Really?
Even though you can pick different platforms that offer podcasting capabilities, podcasting is becoming one of the, I would include in social media marketing, that's really exploding.
So it's like a separate, my words here, because I'm not tech savvy. It's not a social media platform. It's like a separate channel.
It's, when you think of a social media platform, you're kind of thinking of a product. For example, let's say you're on a Windows computer.
Yes.
Okay. That can be a platform in that respect. Okay. So it's the product you're using. So we use the software and the product of Facebook to do social media.
Okay.
Okay. So because with podcasts, they don't have like the most popular one right now. You can go with multiple different places like Podcast Bean and SoundCloud. There's just a bunch. So you can, that's why it's a little bit out of the realm of normal, but I bring it up because it's becoming so popular.
And just if you would, on the side, take a moment and explain the difference between a podcast and a vlog.
Okay, good question. A podcast is 100% audible. It is audio only.
Oh.
So it is not video at all. So think of more of what we would refer to as a radio station.
Right.
And that's more the definition of a podcast.
Whereas a vlog, like I could record a video, post it on my website in my blog tab, and that would be a vlog because it's video versus written blog, right?
Yes, and you also can use, instead of doing a vlog, you can put your podcast in there.
Oh, you can?
Instead of a video file, you put an audio file.
Oh, okay, good to know. I'm just learning so much here.
I don't know if there's a certain term for that, but most blog now, especially WordPress, it'll ask you, are you doing content, are you doing audio, or are you doing video?
So, and again, that would be very helpful if you have, for example, a large list, people that are accustomed to going to your site to read your blog, or so the traffic pattern is already established, if you will. Does that make sense?
Yes. And
okay.
that even someone that's just starting out, if they choose podcasting to be part of their marketing plan, many of the podcasting platforms, programs that you would use, they actually market to all the other podcasts. There's almost an intrinsic partnership. So they'll look for other podcasts that they can, that complements them. Like we look for joint venture partners or strategic partners.
Right.
So you actually have a whole full search engine behind you, kind of like you do with YouTube. You have a whole full search engine behind you.
Right.
So it's a different way of attracting people, but it's very viral.
So this then would become part of the marketing strategy that you would create for each of your clients.
Right.
Great. Great. Okay. Could we talk for a minute about technology?
Sure.
As I give a nod to the technology gods to say, please continue to be kind to me today.
Bless my computer today.
So it's changing so rapidly, and I kind of alluded to this before. How do you keep up with all these changes on social media and not have to learn something every day or week or month?
Yes. Fortunately, some platforms don't change as much as Facebook does. There's kind of two things. Most of the platforms don't dramatically change how they work at their basics. So what you're really watching is not the actual use so much, although they do change. You might have one menu item that was over here today and over there tomorrow. But with Facebook, for example, you're still making posts, you're still liking, you're still commenting. The basis doesn't change. So what you're really finding out is it's how to use it as a marketing tool that changes.
Exactly.
Like when they suddenly changed their whole algorithm, that just threw so many people into, what do I do now? So part of it is finding a source that is someone that is purposely up to date in the platform you use and follow them. That's really the easiest way to do it, because you don't want to spend your time hunting around learning what the change is. So you want to really find someone that maybe specializes in whatever platform you have, and you can watch them for a while and say, oh, this person is really on top of the changes in Facebook. I need to follow them. To me, that's the best way, because you don't want your job to be understanding and following all these social media platforms.
Well, right. I mean, we are as entrepreneurs, we're already wearing a multitude of hats, particularly as solopreneurs when we have a home-based business. There's just so many different things making demands on our time. And social media is one of them, because that's obviously part of our marketing but what I've experienced, Bethany, is that social media component can just devour me if I allow that to happen. So do you have comments or recommendations about how much time we should be spending on social media each day or each week?
Yes, and you might laugh at me. Um, I really think that you shouldn't spend more than a half an hour a day.
Oh, yay! I love you.
Oh, I love you.
Oh my gosh, that's good news. Okay.
This is how it works. If you have a strategy, you already know your target market and all that we just talked about, and now you know the platform, it could be only one. You could be three. Whatever platforms you want to use, now you're looking at how to effectively use it. You need to understand your target market enough to know how to do that relationship communication. I think that's one thing people of, I know my age for sure, we really struggle with how do you make a connection on a social media. We're still face to face. We're still pick up the phone and call somebody. And I love texting, absolutely love it, especially communicating with my kids. But I found that so many people, including I was struggling with it, how to build relationships on social media. So once you have a plan and know how to use the platform, then you can easily monitor how much time, because you'll know what to look for. You'll know, what do I need to respond to? You will use other potential technology that will help you automate things. Does that answer the question?
It does. And so I'm going to summarize what I have heard that's been consistent now throughout our interview today is, number one, you need to know your ideal target, where they are.
Yes.
Number two, you definitely need to have a strategy, marketing strategy that is not just about your own skills, strengths, and expertise, but also where your ideal clients are already gathered. So you don't have to try to bring them together in a new area. One more quick question before we talk about your offer, which I'm so excited about. Facebook groups.
Yes.
I know it's been about a year ago now since I started my Facebook group, and what I love about it, because I think you and I are of similar generation, is that my tribe, my ideal client, is looking to establish relationships, the word you used, and have an exchange, because that's what we're accustomed to. Sometimes it's face-to-face, sometimes it's written. At the same time, it's not about just a transaction. That this is not about making a sale, or it's not a transaction. It's more long-term than that. And so for me, the Facebook group has been great because I've been consistently growing the group over the months, knowing that I'm attracting people who want what I have to hear, want what I have to say, and are benefiting from the information. And I know you're just going to be starting up a group and a new program. So please tell us about it, because I've already signed up for it.
I'm so happy. I am so excited to just give this special offer to your tribe. And I have enjoyed, fairly new to your tribe, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. So I have created a program called Conquer Social Media Overwhelm: How to Build Your Online Presence Without Wasting Your Time.
Love it.
Yay, I'm so excited. So what I'm doing is I'm offering a very select few of people. So I want to open it up because I know your tribe benefits from what I have to offer, is to be part of the pilot program. Now, what that kind of means is it's a win-win situation where I provide the opportunity to join at an extremely low price, never to be given again. That's part of the pilot program. And that's the win for you. And the win for me is that we get to communicate much more and kind of be part of holding your hand a little bit more so that you can give me feedback, because I want the program to really fit everything that people need. And I don't want to be in a bubble coming up with that. So with the pilot program, it's 5 weeks long. And I know how busy everybody is. So I have created the modules in a online program so that you can watch them at your convenience. You can fit it in if at 6 in the morning, 1 at night in the morning, whatever you're wanting. And then a Facebook group that we can communicate, as well as 1 day a week, it'll be Thursdays, we will be able to do a live question and answer with me.
Awesome.
So you get all the support, but you're allowed to do it and fit it into your busy schedule.
To me, that's the best of both. So just to recap, the modules will be released on Monday.
Yes.
We have then until Thursday to work through it, and then we have a coaching call with you to talk about what worked for us in the module, what didn't, and what we need some additional help with.
Yes.
Awesome. And what does this start?
It starts October 1st. Is it 1st? So it's a Monday.
Coming up, yes.
And then it'll be basically the month of October.
Great. So people who are interested, I'm going to post the URL in with this post with the video so that they can just click on the link. This is airing on Friday. We have then through the weekend for people to sign up. I also understand, Bethany, that you're limiting the number of people so that we can get some really intense one-on-one attention from you.
Yes. The purpose of the pilot is really to be one-on-one and working with people. And so in order to do that effectively, I'm capping it at 10.
Good.
So I have 8 spaces left right now.
Excellent. And wouldn't it be wonderful if you have so many people that you have to have 2 pilot groups? That would be totally awesome.
I would love it. And I won't, and if that happens, which would be fabulous, I won't combine them. I will end up keeping them separate so everyone gets the benefit of that coaching process through it.
Excellent. I'm so excited, so looking forward to this, Bethany, because of regardless of the number of years that we've been in business, and I'll speak for myself, for me in my own business, it's now been 17 years, how it has changed, how marketing has changed over those 17 years, and how it will continue to change with technology, with the sophistication of our market. We need to be on top of this more than anything. Speaking again for myself, I'm very comfortable with my expertise. I know what my value is and what my message is and how to deliver it. But where I continue to struggle, what continues to almost be bewildering for me is how to stay on top of the marketing. That is such a challenge.
It really is. And it's been a challenge forever. And it's so funny because now it's technically easier to market than ever before. But the figuring that out is extremely overwhelming and confusing.
Yes, it is. And that's where you as a strategist comes in, which is so essential. And I just love the name Visual Marketing Strategist. The visibility component, we need to be seen by our prospects in such a way that puts us in our best light. So that Visual Marketing Strategist, I think, is just a powerful title.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, our time is about up. I can't believe how quickly it's gone. Any parting comments that you would like to share with our viewers today?
Well, you mentioned the Facebook group that I'm starting, and I would love to have anyone that would like to be part of understanding social media and how to become visible join. It would be awesome. And it is just type in Visual Marketing Specialist or my name, and you'll be able to find it. We'd love to have you join.
Excellent. We'll make sure that we include that too then in the post. Bethany, I've so enjoyed our time together. Every time we have a conversation, I learn so much from you, and I'm just super excited to be part of your pilot program. So I look forward then to talking with you next week in the first coaching call.
I look forward to that too, and it's always a delight to be with you. You are just so helpful and amazing and have insights, but best of all, your kind heart.
Oh, thank you. I'm touched. All right, so that brings us to the conclusion of another fabulous Feature Friday episode. Bethany, you've just been awesome. Thanks for sharing you and yourself so openly, so freely, and so willingly.
Thank you, and thank you so much for this opportunity. And I look forward to meeting everyone in the group, in your group.
In both groups.
There you go.
All right, thanks so much for tuning in. And until next week, this is Susan Bach saying, make every minute count. Bye for now.